close below the July open or the July lows, but that is certainly a monthly candle that if it closes, you would see a lot of these untested levels, July, June, May, all of those lows, and the gap down into it where Bitcoin could pull back into making even a higher low on the monthly chart. Our monthly structure would be down here. We made a new high. Bitcoin could pull back to 87 and still be technically in a monthly uptrend. But this bull market has had three very clear pushes. Three pushes does not have to be a top, but it often is. So you had the one big push when the ETFs launched, March 24. That's the first full leg of the bull, right? Bear market, recovery, first big bullish leg, consolidation, second push, tariff war, trade, sell-off, third push, and each of the pushes is showing weaker momentum.
Visit some friends from college, but it didn't work out. It's okay. I mean, you know what? It's my fault. They've been saying that for at least 2 or 3 years.
They have been, yeah.
So honestly, I'd have prepared for this.
One of that victim mentality. Put in what you can afford to lose, expect to lose it, meaning if it goes away, it's gone. If it doesn't lose, brilliant. If it wins, excellent. But if it loses, part of the game, right? So risk management. But the best way to actually manage risk is to go into boot camp and learn how to trade. Then you could learn things like this. You could learn how to get the sweep of the Saturday lows on a Monday morning off the open. Get a beautiful trade from 107 all the way up to 109 and 110. You could also be like Prof, who slept through the whole fucking thing and missed his own trade of the week. GM to me. Oh well, anyone who watched Beyond Bitcoin understands the logic of this trade, so the trade is actually fully played out. Sweep and reclaim. There we go. The exact entry on that would have been based off the false breakout. So let me just drag this, hide that. There you go. It would have been the first candle close back inside. So sweep, candle close back inside. Brave ones would have entered here. I personally would not have because it was a red candle. But it was a sweep. It was a sweep and closed back inside, but I would have been entering there. Stop loss at the low. And target was on this high. Already hit 2.59. You could let it run on to 110. Beautiful trade for anyone who managed to get it. GM to you all. And I'm not upset at all.
These highs and lows are made once. There's highs and lows on every time frame, every single candle. But the main thing is you want to pay attention to that specific high probability highs and lows. There's false breaks on every time frame, but that doesn't mean as soon as price runs above or below or higher low, you're going to buy or sell. No. When price runs above or below a previous higher than low, an A's in session range, higher low, a London session higher low, along with the fact that it has at least 2 or 3 of these other confirmations with it, I'm not taking the trade just off the false break. I'm taking the trade firstly.
A little bit of pre-positioning, end of the week, start of the following week as we head towards the next week. Main thing to see here is look at Saturday, almost non-existent. Look at Sunday up to where we are now, again, almost non-existent in terms of volume. So people don't trade Bitcoin on the weekends. Correction, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter how good Bitcoin is. If you look at Bitcoin long term, it just goes up. But in between, there's swings. Right? You look at bull markets, Bitcoin has only ever gone up from the very beginning. But within that, you've had multiple significant, very deep corrections of 90, 80, 70%, and for long periods of time, usually a year at a time in the 4-year cycle. So both can be true. The system can be broken, Bitcoin can be great, Bitcoin can be an alternative to that, Bitcoin can be going to 1 million, but also, it's always been going to 1 million, right? If Bitcoin's going to 1 million in 2030 or whatever, then all of this was also just a step along the way. So if it's going there, it won't go in a straight line. You'll have moves both directions. And the idea that it has to go up right now is always something that tends to come in whenever people are badly positioned. Bitcoin doesn't have to go up right now, just like it doesn't have to go down right now. So what do? You look at price. Where is it going? Currently down, trying to reclaim structure, trying to get bullish again. But the overall view, patience.